What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hensey, joined today by the man, Sean Petrucci. How we doing, Sean?
Doing well. How you doing?
Can't complain. Baseball's back, having a good time. But before we do talk about Gerrit Cole today, everyone be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell. It helps us out a bunch. Genuinely appreciate everyone who has supported us so far. But today, I do want to talk about Gerrit Cole. There was an interview that came out with Cole with the New York Post a few days ago, and he kind of just like described his expectations going into 2021 season. Bro, I don't know why I struggle so much saying 2021 sometimes.
It's a lot.
So
It's a lot to roll.
Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, Cole's expectations going into the season, as we would expect, they're obviously sky high. Knowing Gerrit Cole, he has illusions of grandeur all the time, and we respect the hell out of him for it. Like, he's the definition of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to just break down like a few of the answers that he gave to some of these questions. First one, he was asked, describe the Yankees World Series or bust expectations. And Cole said, I like them. It's just a great goal to have. It matches up, I guess, with my expectations too. Obviously, we know Gerrit Cole.
That's exactly what I would expect him to say.
Yeah, like we would expect him to come here like wanting to win a World Series. Like, we know that. But this one is one of my favorites. He was asked, how hungry are you to win a World Series? And he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10, it's the only thing we're working for. Now, this is kind of significant to me, right? Because we know going into the season, like, winning a World Series is the end goal of every major league team. But like, for some reason, when I just hear Cole say like it's the only thing we're working for, that just it triggers something else in my brain, thinking like when he says it's the only thing we're working for, it shows that it's like a team message at this point, where it's like the team knows that like it's World Series or bust at this point, right? It has to be.
Yeah, because when you have a guy like Gerrit Cole who you're paying all that money towards, it's not just because of his skill set, it's because of the guy he's a leader. So if it feels really good to hear that that's his mindset, because if that's what he thinks, then that's what he's conveying to the rest of the team. And think about the young guys in this roster. It's a really good mindset to have. So I'm very excited for this season.
Yeah, I mean, especially, listen, after his 2020 season, which wasn't bad whatsoever, but we could consider it a down year for Gerrit Cole.
That's crazy to say something like that, because what do you have, like a 3-something ERA? Like, it was fine.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. And listen, we know that like he's probably mad at himself for last season just for having like a few bad outings that messed up his ERA a little bit. But Gerrit, like, here's another answer that he gave regarding like his mound mentality, right? I would describe it as very intense, focus, just try to have control of my emotions. I'm just kind of always on the hunt. I don't know why, even like a year already in the Bronx, it just feels so good to have like a solidified ace, because that's an ace comment right there. Like, to say that you're going on the mound like every start and you're just on the hunt, like, it just makes me feel so good inside. I don't know if I'm overreacting to like this interview just because it's like the first ounce of baseball so far this season, but it just feels like so good to be reminded that like this team has World Series or bust like mentality, and like Gerrit Cole is the leader of that right now, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because, and like you said, like you feel like it feels good to have an ace, but it also kind of feels like 2020 was, we had Gerrit Cole, of course, but it didn't, like, I feel like this is the first year where we really have him, pitching in front of fans, full season. Like, I'm just ready to go for this,
Yeah, and the thing is, Gerrit Cole has yet to pitch in front of Yankee Stadium fans as a Yankee. So obviously he's been there before as an Astro or whatnot. But like, this is going to be his first year actually pitching in front of the fans. So this is huge for him. We knew that this is what he came here to do, as long as also win the World Series with the Yankees as well. But I know we saw him mention that obviously the expectations going into this year are sky high, winning the World Series, of course. But what do you think, Sean? I know we're going to do a whole like 2021 prediction where we break down like all of our predictions going into the year. But just right off the bat, do you think that he's kind of just saying this, or do you think this team truly believes that they could win the World Series this year?
I think they truly believe it, because, they're not blind. They know the AL is wide open. They know they're the best team in the AL. They're the most talented. And especially, he knows more about the pitchers that they brought in than we do. He's the ones that working out with them, being around them. So he's definitely confident in everything that we have. So I believe Gerrit Cole, honestly. I trust whatever he says. And obviously, he's not going to come out and say, oh, it'd be nice to win a World Series, but I don't know if we'll get there. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
he's going to say, yeah, we want to win a World Series, but coming from his mouth, I believe it.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I would have to agree with you. I believe anything that comes out of Gerrit Cole's mouth. I think that he's not going to say something without actually meaning it, right?
Mhm.
And listening to what some of the Yankees or members of the Yankees have said over the past few days regarding 2021 expectations, I think what Gerrit Cole has said is the best, just because there's no room for losing there whatsoever. I know we saw Aaron Boone's press conference yesterday where he kind of said what he's been saying since last year's postseason. We think there's razor thin margins between us and the teams at the next level. That's not what I want to hear. What I want to hear as a fan is that going into the season, there's no razor thin margins.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we're
the best.
we're hunting. Like we are the best team. Our only goal is to win the World Series. We don't care about any margins. We don't care about any other team. It's us or nothing. So that's why hearing Cole was kind of refreshing, just because there's no room for losing here.
And we're not going to hear that from Boone. He's not.
Exactly.
He's not going to come out and say that. So we need someone else like Gerrit Cole with an attitude like that to come out and say it. So
Exactly. But yeah, I just want to make a quick little episode where we touched on this interview, just because I read through it and I loved it so much. But yeah, we will see you guys next time. Be sure like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. You guys know the deal. We go live every night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. They're a lot of fun, so stay tuned for those. We talk about Yankees, other baseball stuff. It's always a good time. But we will see you guys next time, and stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace.